Building of this historic stone circle began 5,000 years ago in roughly 3,100 BC. Well, in those days we think it looked nothing like this. It was just a ditch or a henge with a ring of holes, probably for burial ceremonies. Well, for 1,000 years it was then abandoned. Then in about 2150 BC, 82 blue stones, each weighing 4 tons, were dragged and floated on rafts all the way from the Welsh mountains, 240 miles away. These then formed the incomplete circle, which we can see in modern times in the centre. Then, 150 years later, the huge sarsen stones, each weighing 50 tons, were dragged by hundreds of men from the Marlborough Downs to form the outer ring and the lintels that used to bridge every one of them. In all, we think about 30 million hours, no less, of labour, but still we're not sure precisely why. Well, today, work begins on excavating those very first bluestones to try to find some clue to their purpose. Well, out to the stones near Amesbury, Wiltshire, Skye's Matt Barbette. Hi there, Matt. They must be all very excited about this there.
Well, they are, Dermot, absolutely. It's the first excavation here at Stonehenge since 1964, and there's only 2 professors working on it. They're Professor Tim Darvill, who's from the University of Bournemouth, and Professor Geoffrey Wainwright. He's actually 70 himself. I don't think he'd mind you me telling you that. This is the culmination of some 50 years of work for him, so he is incredibly excited. Having said that, where they're excavating is only about 3.5 metres by 2.5 metres, not a very large area at all. They're digging down around 1 metre, and they're describing it as being this sort of archaeological equivalent of keyhole surgery. They're looking for fragments of the bluestones, possibly where one of the bluestones sat, to get a better idea of when it was put there. Obviously, technology has moved on since the 60s. They'll be using radiocarbon dating to pinpoint exactly when the bluestones were brought here. They're the smaller ones, by the way. The big ones, the sarsen stones, came a lot later. They're not so important in this excavation. It's the small bluestones, as you mentioned, that came from Wales that they're really interested in.